Hey everybody, this is Lord Magicus, and we're here for round 3 of Merfolk in Modern. So we're on the play. Let's go. Let's do this. It was a very frustrating loss last time, but we're moving on. So I think this hand's fine. We're going to keep this. Remember, everybody, Modern is a turn 4 format. Or at least it's supposed to be. But we mulled to 6. Okay. I think everybody knows Modern is not a turn 4 format, but Wizards of the Coast has not ever actually updated what their vision of Modern is supposed to be. Which is kind of frustrating because they actually promised that they were going to do that and they just never did. So this looks like this is either Burn... I mean, okay, so this is one of the red decks for sure, so... yeah, let's show tricks. What? No! Oh my god, no! I wanted to reveal that. Damn it. I thought I clicked yes and I clicked no by accident. Because there was no yes in here. That's... The way some of these text, like, these things work is just stupid. Like, this, if it's going to ask you, like, a question, do you want to do this? It should not give you one answer in here. That's just terrible design. That's just one of, like, the many, many problems I have with this client where it just does things in a really weird way. Oh, God. What the hell is this? Blood Moon? I have basic islands here. I'm not really that bothered by this. And I kind of wish I had played one last turn, but... if they think this is going to stop me, they are sadly mistaken. But we got kind of punished there because I would have loved to have been able to flash in a Trickster, and just, yeah, instead of just not doing anything on turn 2. But I still have Force up, I guess. It's a thing. So this might be like Sun and Moon, and if it is... what the hell is this? Alpine Watchdog or Igneous Cur. Reveal them, put them into your hand. Okay. It's a 2/2 Vigilance Dog, and... okay, that... I'm not really concerned by either of those cards. If you want to bolt this, go for it. I'm not... yeah, again, I'm not really worried about that. You're not going to have white mana now. That Dismember also feels like it's probably good. So one of these cards can't be cast at the moment. Yeah, and like... I'm just gonna kill this thing. There is no way in hell I am letting you resolve that. Surprised. I don't understand the purpose of this card. Maybe it's just they need to put cards in hand because of the card disadvantage. Yeah, that's okay. That doesn't bother me very much. I'm gonna play like another Blood Moon. Could play like, I don't think they're gonna. Maybe Ensnaring Bridge is a thing because this could actually get through that. Oh, if they're playing Simian Spirit Guide, that's fantastic for us. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm not going to attack right. They have one card in hand and we know what it is, so. They just can't cast any white spells right now. If they attack, I can just flash in Trickster and dismember the other thing. Stomp. Alright. Well, that's a problem. I don't have a good way to deal with that. Now I kind of do. This doesn't have its ability now. Probably not likely that we're ever going to get to use Luris this game, but if for some reason Aether Vial comes into play, then we have something we can do. I need more creatures in order to deal with this Simian Spirit Guide. I can't afford to trade right now. I need to get Lords in play. That's actually good. Now if they attack in, I can just block it. Or could I win this race? They don't have anything, like I could actually swing this race. Okay, well, yeah, see, now they're dead in 2 turns, so if they brick like one more time drawing like a white card, then we actually just win. We have a lightning bolt. Okay. Well, it's a bolt that's not aimed at her face, so that's actually good. But it might mean next turn that we might have to hold back a blocker. We're just trying to play to our outs here, so if they just... The land is... So they have one card they can't cast and one mystery card. So I guess I'm just gonna Harbinger bounce their Simian Spirit Guide. Or not, I guess now they just die because, alright, we win game 1, so this is... Alright, so we're up against Blood Moon. Me. How do we do this? We definitely want Force. We definitely want Aether Gust. Spreading Seas is not going to be very good here. Probably Benthic Biomancer isn't. They have like lightning bolts in their deck, so I'm guessing that means there's no Chalice of the Void. The question is, do I want Deprives over Unsettled Mariners? Because these things are actually pretty good at like stopping them from burning us or our creatures, but they're also hard to get into play because of Blood Moon. I think we do want to keep the Dismember. I think I can take out these for Deprives. We just really want basic islands, really. So I think this is okay. This should be a match where it's not too hard for us. Yeah, well, we have Force to protect against Blood Moon, so that might be fine. Like, they can't turn one, lock us out of the game, so I guess I'm okay with keeping this. Can deploy Silvergill and try to draw some more basics. Well, not more basics, but I mean, I guess any. They mold a 6. So, we can pitch one of these lords. Force Blood Moon. Judge is familiar, huh? That's an interesting choice. Trying to play around my counter magic. Yeah, you have to... If it asks you a question over here, don't try to answer it over here. Answer it down here. That is fantastic user design. Just great. I love it. Can you tell that I do computer science for a living? Alright. I don't know what they're doing here, but... Go ahead and attack for 1. I can still force through this thing now, so... I just probably can't play a creature next turn. Stoneforge Mystic. I am not very excited about that. That's going to be a problem. I don't have a counterspell for this thing. Batterskull. Ugh. That's definitely not great. So they're gonna have to spend their whole turn to put Batterskull in if they want. If they want to Blood Moon, I guess that's okay because we can still cast Silvergill Adept. They won't be able to use the Stoneforge if they do, so. Anyway, I don't have a good way past Batterskull. Maybe I can just get lucky and play 2 lords next turn. Make them all 5/5s. Well, I can't. Okay, so that plan's out the window. Probably gonna lose to Batterskull here. Now I kind of want those generous gifts. Maybe I need Core Firewalker. Like, that might be enough. But most of their... they have, like, most of their, like, problem cards, you know, like, they're white here. Like, really, it's Stoneforge and, like, this, so... I don't even know how much Firewalker would even help, and definitely not in the face of Blood Moon. Yeah, and again, the problem is if I play 2 lords next turn, like, I can get my stuff out of bolt range, but I can't actually, like... I can't use Force if they play, like, Chandra or something. So my best bet would be if they actually cast something this turn. Okay, not that. I mean, I can't really deal with that thing. I'm wondering if they even kept Blood Moon in versus us. They could have sided it out. This is frustrating because it's another match where we probably should be winning and then we're just really not. I can't counter this either. No, we're gonna get crushed. Like their attacks next turn are just terrible for us. I don't know how we can turn this around at this point. Like Force is offline here. I can play these two, but like that's not great. Like I have no plan for this Batter Skull at all. To be honest, I was not anticipating against having to deal with both Stoneforge Mystic and Blood Moon in the same deck. If I was planning to deal with those, I would probably have a basic plane somewhere in my deck. So they are attacking me for 9. Oh, God. I think I have to trade with this thing. Mm-hmm. That thing also threatens to kill us now. I don't think this is enough. I think we're just kind of stone dead here. There are like no blocks that we can make that actually do anything of use to us, so we have to block this, and this, I think. This can get 2. We can get +4, so that's 5, 6, 7. Yeah, like we're dead to so many things then. If they play another lands like that'd be terrible too. I know they have more creatures in hand. They can also just at any point just equip this Batter Skull to this Judge's Familiar, and like that's enough too. Alright, so we're at 8. So we're effectively at 7 here. This thing is potentially getting +4, so this is 5. So we have to block 2 of these. That sucks. Yep. I'm still super losing. Alright, what do we have? That does nothing. Okay, well, we have one chance to course correct this nonsense. Let's get Mariner out of here. Take this, I guess. We didn't have Aether Vial at all either. That kind of sucked. I'm going to take in all these core Firewalkers. I just want to get these Firewalkers online. Yeah, we're gonna keep this. We have Ether Vial. Mold to 6, okay. This also means if we draw Firewalker, that's fine. The Vial can help us to like, actually do stuff with Lurrus if we want to. And if their plan is to just stick like a big threat, we have a Dismember for it. Not having Force doesn't make me feel great, but whatever. Interesting. They just abraded my Ether Vial. Well, that's rough. If they have Blood Moon, like, we're in a lot of trouble, probably. I guess we just have to hope that they don't. Maybe I can get Lurrus out and get this Vial online before that happens, but I don't know. We'll find out. This could just get stomped. I think if you stomp it, you probably wait till my upkeep to do that. No, that's not great. At least we have the Dismember, so we're not totally dead yet. We have Tricksters too. As long as we can actually like cast our spells, that's nice. So how do we want to go about doing? I guess so. Let's attack first. So let's see. Stoneforge could put Batterskull into play next turn. So I'm just trying to think, what happens if they play like a land in Blood Moon? Then we're in a lot of shit. So I'm just trying to think, I could play Trickster this turn and Dismember. If I put Lurrus in my hand, then I can play Lurrus next turn and then maybe get this Vial back, but that's probably too slow. But I kind of want to put it in my hands now where I don't need to hold up the Merfolk Trickster. So I think I'm gonna do that. There's risk to doing this, but I think we're going to need Lurrus, and I have to like give myself the chance to find a line to use this. This just is not a good turn to cast Trickster on their end step, so. I'm not going to attack yet. I'm going to wait till they Batterskull, and I'll Trickster it in their turn, then I'll set up a big counterattack. Maybe can set up Lurrus and like do something else at the same time. What are you gonna do at the beginning of combat? Like, this seems pointless. Like, yeah, because if you're gonna do something, you should have been on your main phase. And here I might Dismember the Batterskull or the Germ token next turn. So. I mean, it's not great, but we did get Luris online, so that's good. Sword of Fire and Ice? Oh god. You can even have mana to a... Well, I guess you have two, so... Jeez. Yeah, I have to dismember this thing now. I only have 2 cards left, so maybe we're actually okay. So let's see. Oops. Cast the Lord. And then if they go to equip the Stoneforge, I can just Trickster it. So this should just be, yeah, crushing. I think we're gonna get there. Shit would have to go very poorly to not. Like, even if you equip any of these things, like, I don't think it matters. Alright, cool. We got there. They made us sweat. It looks like maybe they sided out the Blood Moon, so that was kind of fine. But see, look, Luris really helped, I think. Yeah, trying to figure out a good time to play Luris, like, yeah, sequencing Luris plus the Dismember in that turn was helpful, I think. So, yeah, I think we did this at the appropriate time. It's now, like, yeah, that's just putting the extra Lord out gave us enough pressure to, like, really hurt them, and it was good. I think this worked out. But yeah, that was nail biting, like, game 2, like, and just, yeah, this deck plays like so many weird cards in it sometimes. Like the Igneous Cur and like that thing. That's pretty interesting tech for this deck. I haven't played it in a long time, but I can understand why you might want that card. One of the primary problems this deck has is usually, like, if you spend, like, you know, turn 1 or 2, like, with, like, Simian Spirit Guides, just ramping out some ridiculous hate card or something, and you have, like, no cards left in hand at that point, you need some way to, like, actually threaten to win the game. So having one threat that you can play that actually gets, like, 2 more cards out of your deck to help you close the game does seem kind of appealing in this deck. So maybe I understand. I don't know if it's the way I would necessarily go with it, but it's pretty interesting. So I'm curious to. Has anybody else seen this tech out of it? I think it's cool. I like it. It's the kind of thing that I think is really worth exploring, because, like, you might not look at those cards immediately and think that they were necessarily good, but this, like, yeah, the way that this deck strategy plays, like, it actually kind of fits it perfectly to what it wants. So maybe it's the right inclusion for it. So yeah, like I said, let me know what you think about that. I thought it was interesting, and I definitely wasn't expecting that at all, so it kind of caught me by surprise. And yeah, Stoneforge, I guess this makes sense that they would have Stoneforge here. It's sometimes some versions of this play like Ensnaring Bridge, and, like, you know, and attacking is not really a plan for their deck, but this seems more like it's sort of less prisony, and it just seems like Stoneblade, and it's kind of combining, like, yeah, the Stoneblade and prison archetype together a little bit. So I think it's fine. But yeah, we had enough interactive stuff to deal with the Batterskull and the sword this time, so it worked out. Alright, well, thanks everybody for watching. I will see you next time.